All right, and happy Friday, all. Move the microphone actually onto my desk. That'd be helpful. All right. Welcome back. Welcome back. Sorry we're a little late. It's Friday. We both struggling, but we gonna get through with y'all tonight, right? Okay. With this thing. Oh, shit is acting bootleg in the middle of the show. Okay.
Not bootleg in the middle of the show.
Yeah, in the middle of the show. It's there ought to be a law. All right. So I am one of your drunk uncles. I am Uncle Pouquie. And rolling
Yeah.
on the side with me as always.
I am another one of your drunk uncles. I am Doctor, not doctor, but I am the Thick Knight.
Now, what is your beverage of choice this evening, Thick?
Vodka soda.
You said vodka?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm back on rum. I
Okay.
picked up me some Diplomatico this afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I'd give the Gentleman Jack a little break because we've been on it for about the last 2-3 months, actually.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you know, thought I'd try something different tonight. All
Nothing.
right.
Nothing
So,
wrong with that.
so how was your week?
Oh. Okay. So I'm having some stressful moments. I didn't really get much sleep last night. But for two reasons. One, I have, you ever have those things that you pour into your drink for energy? Like I
Yes.
have, like they flavor your water, but they also
Mm-hmm.
give you energy. So I shouldn't have drunk it all of it yesterday, but I did.
Oh.
So I was up. And the funny thing is, I took a nap, and then I was up. It's like, oh, okay, well that's going to be one thing. Two, I'm stressed out because of family and money. So two
Mm-hmm.
things that sometimes you just can't avoid. Um, but I'm trying my best to at least remedy one of those situations. so,
Okay.
um, yeah, so that's my week. But other than that, I've enjoyed the games con so far. I've enjoyed uh, catching up on my animes and TV shows, and
Okay.
I actually figured out this week too how to get my stream on my gaming channel to run smoother. I finally got that regulated after so many weeks of trying because I had to go back and redo it. I was like, because
And
I had to realize that I can't use the same feature that I could use on my other laptop on this one, and
okay.
it frustrated me for the longest time because every time I try to use it, it either it'll stop working or the timeout or whatever. I'm like, okay, what the hell? So then I'm
Mhm.
like, okay, maybe I just got to use this feature, and I have, and it took me time to figure out how to smooth out things, and I've been doing tests on my channel. The only
Okay.
thing now is the audio issue because one, my audio is delayed, and two, it's got an echo. So
Oh gosh.
yeah, I got to figure that out now. So.
And that's the kind of thing that you never really get around to fixing because you probably barely get the stream going.
hmm
It's never like today. I probably came in the studio about 5:45.
hmm
And I mean, granted, I was on the phone as well, but
hmm
yeah, I've been fielding phone calls. But I have a feeling you weren't done with your statement.
Oh, and other than that, I'm looking forward to Sunday show and the podcast that I'm doing tomorrow. So yeah, other than that, I'm still trucking along.
Oh, are you covering for Greg tomorrow?
No, I'm doing another podcast, not M3,
Oh, okay.
something different. Yeah,
Okay, yeah. I don't know. It was this month off has been weird.
yeah.
Because Malcolm truly has not logged in at all.
No,
So those of you on Facebook, we're sorry. There's nothing for you tonight. Malcolm's access has expired for
yeah,
streaming there. Yeah, we have to log back into his account from in
yeah.
here to get it to actually do it.
Yeah, because even Swag can't do anything, which I was like, what?
Yeah, it's like
so
unless you have his because I thought I sent him a message saying, "Hey, you're going to be logged out of Facebook in 5 days," but
hmm
I don't know. But when I started the show, it actually put two very large red boxes saying, "No."
Yep.
All right, we got Mr. Calvin in the house.
hmm
All right.
Hey, Sammy, we're here.
I am sitting at the fabulous humble chateau is where I am. Um, trying to hold it together in this damn heat wave. It
Ah.
got up to 91 today, and it
Mhm.
was a little moist.
Mhm.
It wasn't like a dry 91. It wasn't a New Orleans 91, but it was something.
Oh,
So
also, can we just give a shout out to the celebrities that we have lost this week? Even though
yes.
I am going to address them on my show Sunday too, but my God, okay, the Grim Reaper is taking the wrong ones. He's taking the wrong white people. The ones that he's taking, we want to stay. The
Yeah.
ones that we don't want to stay are still kicking. But that's
Mhm.
that's
Yeah.
another topic. But
Yeah. Well, I did see. Did you see the skit that the woman did? She's like the receptionist for the Grim Reaper, getting
no,
all
I
these
didn't see
complaints.
that one. I need that. I didn't
It's
see
a
that one.
mess. I'm pretty sure I bookmarked it, so I'll send it to you. But she's playing his receptionist and the Grim Reaper, and it's just
Mhm.
like he's getting all these customer service complaints because he keep killing the wrong people. and, and I think the lady's like, "Is he gonna get my message this time? Because I ain't heard about it." And she's like, "Ma'am, I'm getting it right to him." And he's just sitting there. He got his little bottle. He drunk. It was just wild. I can't remember if it was on Instagram or where that was, but I was trying to find
oh,
some black AI daddies and I couldn't even find them, brother.
oh yeah, Malcolm probably ain't making them right now. So
Yeah. I was just like, well, damn, where are the brothers? I mean, normally when I log into Instagram, they right there. I
yeah,
log in, it's like bam, dick, or bam,
right,
oh,
hmm
and I'm not mad.
right.
But
We not
in
mad
this
at it
case,
all.
yeah, not at all. I was telling a friend of mine, I was like, have you seen any of these? And he was like, no. I
Hmm.
said, oh, them daddies are fine. I was
Yes.
like, they out there with their little stuff and got the bulge popping and the pubes popping. And I'm like, ooh, and
Hmm.
I like pubes, so I'm
Yeah.
quite excited by those.
Oh yeah.
Okay, here's one of them.
Hmm.
Gentleman Prime HQ. I don't know if this was the one though, but this little daddy video was quite lovely.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, there's big. Oh gosh, he's huge. That's a big man. Okay. I'll behave. I'm getting mesmerized. I am getting this. I mean, he is actually
Focus, Dr. Pookie, focus.
he is taller than the door frame.
I mean, we like them big and bulky too. I mean,
I
I understand.
do.
I
I mean,
understand.
he's slender,
And
you
you know what
know.
the funny thing is, I seen this one guy at my job one day, and when I
Mhm.
tell you he was the perfection of my type, and he had
Uh-oh.
on blue jeans and a white shirt, and you could see the muscles, but you could also tell he was thick underneath, like, and he
Uh-huh.
was broad, and I was just like, I was like, damn, who the fuck is that? Because
You're like, who is
damn,
that?
I know I can't just stop and sit here and stare for about a good 10 minutes, but they're gonna think they're
Not
gonna think
really
something wrong with me, something weird. Like, my God, today I said
like, I'm
no.
calling HR because I am feeling assaulted by your eyes. Like, well, I am so sorry. I did not mean to make you feel uncomfortable. I can make you feel better.
Right, right. And plus, I had to go pick up some people, so I was like, "Oh, I can't." They could probably, like, Are you there yet?" I'm like, I got distracted,
Mhm.
distracted. Very well. Sorry, I got distracted.
Distracted and
But my
distressed.
God, I was just like, I don't know who he was. If he was somebody's boyfriend,
Mhm.
husband, just picked up, but he was out there conversating. I was just like, I don't know who you are, but I hate the fact that sometimes we can't go up to straight people or to a
Yeah.
straight guy and just tell them, "Damn, you are sexy." I know I don't mean no disrespect, no harm. I mean, I
Mhm.
don't mean no harm, but damn, nigga, you fine, okay? Like,
Yeah. Like you causing me some problems right now because I'm supposed to
right?
be working, and instead I'm getting worked,
Hmm.
and I'm very disturbed. But I appreciate you. You
Right. I
know.
appreciate, the the visual, and thank the Lord for eyes, and
Uh,
the day He made you. 'Cause, yes,
now, I would apologize for objectifying you, but you know you look good.
right. You know what you're doing out here in these streets with that outfit on. You know what you're
Like,
doing.
yeah, like you know, you got your little cologne on. We know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
know, and we're
Yeah.
not mad. We just trying
Mm-mm.
to, give you your props because you brought it
And
and you brought it well.
and then like a couple of weeks ago, I was in a barber shop, and I don't know what shop this other barber worked at, but it was another one that just had me stuck. Like
Uh-oh.
which I was trying to figure out which way he went, because either he was going to the barber shop down this way or to
Mhm.
another one, and I'm like, okay, so do I need to go do a Google and Instagram search to find out what barbershop you work at, so I can come there and get my haircut, get my beard done,
Yeah.
and Google at you at the same time.
But you're supposed to ask him what shop he's at.
I was trying to,
I
but
mean,
I didn't. But you know what? When you have a relationship with your barber,
oh yeah,
you
you can't
can't
cheat.
really say, you know.
No, that's just there is a certain code between a man
Right,
and his
right,
barber.
right.
Now if your barber, if that's your boy and he know you like and like he knows that gentleman has just caught you and got
Mm-hmm.
you caught up, and he'd probably be like, go on, ask him. He might even tell you where he's at.
Right, like what
You
shot
know.
did you? But he was muscled. I mean, you know what I mean with muscle, but not
Just broad.
tone broad. And he was about my height or shorter. I was like, oh, you were short.
Mhm.
Hey, we like short kings too now. Look.
Now, how tall are you?
Huh?
How tall are you?
I'm 5'8". Somebody,
Are you?
people will say that I'm average height or I'm short. I don't know.
Wow. I
But I'm
always thought you
five
were at
eight.
least 6 feet. Okay.
No. I
Okay.
wish. Sometimes I
Okay.
wish I was 6 feet, but no.
Yeah. I mean, I admit I was caught up by this little 5'5" man the other day. I was like, you a short little thick piece,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not mad. It's like a nice thick cut of bacon.
Mm-hmm.
You got to cook it just right.
Right.
You got to air fry that thing about 4 minutes at 325 just to get the fat rendered. Then you kick it up to 370 for a couple of minutes.
Okay. All right, for the temperature gauges.
Oh yeah. That's what my air fryer do. How you doing, girl? I see you. We're gonna put you to work later. We're gonna put you to work. But oh no, what is it?
Sammy said, this is the second time I'm sitting in a room where I'm waiting on the show. Y'all over here in the mix. Wait,
Well, we had some issues.
right. What room was you in? Was you
He
in the
was
wrong
waiting
spot?
on us to start. He had actually probably on YouTube.
Oh.
Yeah, I get like one of my shows that I watch. I was like, y'all hoes coming? And they had basically duplicated the last episode. So I gave him 2 minutes before I left.
Oh.
But yeah, it was just like, okay. We sorry, Sammy. We didn't mean to have you all, snatched up, looking crazy.
Right.
But everybody needs a little practice. Okay. So the last 3 episodes, we've been looking at power and domination. Well, no, not power and domination. Domination and submission, a form of power exchange. Let's get that right. And we've been examining power, trust, control, and surrender. And tonight we're gonna change it up a little bit, quite literally. We're going to be talking about what happens when somebody's natural scent does something to you. The aromatics of it all. Yes. Now, as a new pit aficionado, okay, I'm like, oh my. I literally had my face in that man's armpit, like, oh my. He was just.
He said, oh my.
I said, oh my, I didn't know about this. I was like, because I usually can't get past the mustiness, But, and then of course, if you want your pits licked, you can't use the deodorant, and it takes a couple of days for that to work its way out your skin. So, you got to plan for that. or you got to get you some good minerals to get up under them pits and keep it, keep it from getting too funky. But I said, ooh, but we'll get to that a little later. But we're going to start with our segment that I actually brought the placard for it today. I couldn't believe it. I said, where is that placard? Our first segment will be Not on Beyond or Beyonce's Good Internet.
Oh, geez.
Now, this is where we talk about some foolishness that may have gone down. So, here's the first one. We actually had two items today. Okay. The first one, okay, wait a minute. What is going on? Oh, there we go. Okay. Wait. The hell? Okay, that's what it did. Okay. So the first one, there were many candidates, and I was trying to think of something. I didn't want to do interracial dating in the colors page, although they gave us some material this week. But this I found on Facebook, and a guy said, he posted a question in a group, said, if I dated a trans man, can I still be in this group?
Oh, I think I've seen that post.
Did you see that post?
I think I've seen that post.
Now, they've been doing some light dragging. And my whole thing is, I don't think anybody in the group is trying to put your ass out.
Right.
And really, if you hadn't said anything, we'd know nothing of him being a trans man.
Right.
We just assume he's a short king if he was that short. He could be 5'10", right, with some hips, It was just odd. I mean, and everybody was just like, no, who cares? They were just very like nonchalant. But I just thought it was interesting. And it got me thinking about this whole idea of, I think he's asking about identity. Am I still gay if I'm having sex with a trans man?
Yeah.
And there is a vagine involved.
Right.
Which is, it's a little tricky, but unless you are like, if you are drawn to the male aesthetic, that's what you're drawn to. It's just
right. Yeah, I mean, or so there's a show on Netflix called Sex Education.
Yes,
I love that show. I'm like, I'm mad that it's over because they had their series. They had their final season. But the show was amazing. Like it
was good.
Yeah, it was really good. And
I haven't seen any of season 3 yet.
Right, and so there is a trans character on the show.
Oh, okay.
She's going from female to male.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm about to say, Dr. Pouquie, you were frozen for a second. Okay, it caught up.
Oh, wasn't
so she's going from female to male, and trying to think how it went. So the guy, the excuse me, one of the main characters, the guy that was like he used to be the top boy of the school, because and then when they say top boy, that means the main man, or he has the run of the school. Like,
and that was the black guy, right?
Yeah, the black guy. Yeah.
Okay.
So and the female to male is a black trans man, because by the time the series ended, sorry for spoilers, but by the time the series ended, she was identifying as a man. So, and he wanted to date her, and he was like, "Well," and she told him that, "Look, if we do this, you're not going to be considered gay, but you are going to be considered queer."
Okay, she let him know.
Yeah, so she's like, because I'm transitioning. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I've always heard, now, was this the top girl that he was trying to date, the sister?
No.
Okay,
no.
somebody totally different. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's been, that question always comes up, and I'm always like, do we have to reduce people to their genitalia? In terms of like assigning them, or not even assigning, but recognizing their identity. I'm like, if you tell me that you are a trans man, then you're a man. I mean, in highly politically correct settings, you might be a man of trans experience,
right?
But I'm like, you're a man. And I don't necessarily make the distinction because I've come across some hot little trans men,
Mm-hmm.
some trans bears.
Mm.
Child, some of them bears. Woo.
I remember. I remember at first because there was a someone of the trans. There was a trans man who was interested, but and this might be my my ignorance showing, but I was a
Mhm.
little scared,
Okay.
a little nervous, scared because I never been with a trans man,
Yeah.
and I've never been with a bi. Well, I never been with a cisgendered female. I'm strictly dickly, okay? So
Yeah. I
so
understand.
when you start thinking and trying to navigate, like, how do I in this, that, and the third, and I'm like, and like, so I clammed up. I got nervous. I was like, I don't know how to. I'm interested, and I want to know what it is like, but
Mhm.
I don't know, So, and you're coming at me just out the gate, showing me news and everything. I'm like, slow down, I'm like,
He
oh,
wanted you to know up front, so there was
yeah,
no
yeah, but
confusion later.
I get it, but I mean, he already said he was trans, so I was like, okay, you don't need to show me anything, yet, because we haven't gotten there, but
Mhm.
um, but he decided to, how they do the unsolicited news
Uh,
and expect for you to send one back, and I keep telling people, look, I will give you a disclaimer, like, if you send me something unsolicited, great, I will appreciate the visual, but I'm
mhm.
not sending anything back because I'm just meeting you. I don't. We have had no exchange of discussion, but you know.
Exactly.
So, but yeah. So I was a little like, but then I started to actually watch uh videos on Twitter, um, trans videos and everything. I'm like, oh, okay, okay, yeah, okay, you know. And I'm like, look, it arouses me. So,
Yeah, I mean, the aesthetic. I mean, obviously,
yeah.
if you're like the muscle twunk,
Hmm.
hairless and all that, I'm not interested.
Right.
But if you actually go full man in that
Mm-hmm.
way with the grizzly, then
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'm at least gonna be like, I'm gonna at least survey the scene.
Right.
Now, I don't know if I could dive in there.
Okay.
I do hear though that it changes. The testosterone does kind of change some stuff.
Mm-hmm. It does.
Um, obviously, clitoris enlarges, but also apparently it's just a more aggressive vagina. I don't know it. I've heard it described that way. I'm like, aggressive
Oh,
vagina.
aggressive vagina.
Okay.
Okay. All
I'm like,
right.
what does that mean
Mm-hmm.
exactly? But I'm like, okay, well, at some point, a man who is dating a trans woman or
Mm-hmm.
trans man, I will inquire. I'm like, is the vagina aggressive? He
Not.
look at me like, what? And I was like, I've been told it's an aggressive vagina. What does that mean? Do you have an understanding of what that means?
Nothing aggressive.
It just seems so absurd to me. I'm like, it's a vagina. It's on
Mm-hmm.
different hormones, but it's a vagina. And
Yeah.
you know, if not for a little chromosome sliding in there, we would have had one too. Daddy just happened to send a Y.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was strange. But I just yeah. I mean, I don't know. I still, gender identity and sexuality are still an interesting dance to me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I kind of like, I guess really we could be attracted to anyone as long as they have certain characteristics that attract us.
That's true.
Um, I mean, I know for me, I really enjoy penis. So I don't know if I'd be willing to give that up.
Right.
Um, yeah, but I also appreciate, someone finding themselves and really being in there. Oh, see, Sammy didn't cut up again. So we'll
Mm-hmm.
start with Sammy and his oops, I did it again.
Uh, plus, I wanted to tell y'all, having a Britney Spears moment. Oops, I did it again. Met a guy who's determined to win me over. Sad thing is, he has a chance. Well, I said a sad thing. Taking me out Sunday post birthday gift.
Yeah, Sammy, why is it sad that he actually has a chance?
I had a few trans men who were thick and semi-hairy, tried to holler, but knowing I can't suck a dick reminds me of every time seeing a pussy when I wasn't trying to fuck a female. It just presented itself. Okay,
Sammy,
Sammy.
we understand, Sammy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we understand. Although I can imagine him saying this, Sammy on the show would be a hot ass mess.
It would be. It would be.
Yeah, it would be. It would be a blast, but it would be a hot ass mess. People probably call in and be like, "Get him off the screen." I'm like, no, that's just Sammy. You need to understand his cocktail. He's just bringing a strong drink to the party. And he said, "I'm angry, pussy, and I'm aggressive."
Mhm.
Okay, you gotta have. I always felt like you gotta have a good snapper. I was told way back in my young days, if you want to have, they weren't saying that back in the day where you want to bring the boys to the yard. That's some more current, parlance. But you got to have one of them snappers, and it is not just reserved for pussy.
Mm-hmm.
And I've come across some folks that when you pull up out of there, it just pops.
Yeah. I
And I
mean,
was like,
and when it makes that popping sound or that sound, like, oh yeah, you did some work in that. Yeah.
Basically, you just like, I have got to just do things to you.
Right.
I can't come up short on this. I got to perform.
Right.
I respect a good popper, I do. But yeah, we do love you, Sammy. We do.
We love you, but on the show, you would be a handful. You'd be little. We are trying not to get canceled, and Sammy will probably try to get us canceled. So,
we're trying not to get canceled. We just say.
But there is one guy who I follow on my Facebook. He goes by Prince Ali, and he's a trans man. He's had the surgery. He's had the top and the bottom surgery, which means he now has a penis.
I wonder which procedure he had done, the phalloplasty or the.
I think he said the phalloplasty, but I'll go back and look and see. And he even shows on Twitter, what it looks like the healing process and everything. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I remember there was a trans man in Germany who's like a former Olympic athlete. It was like part of a documentary. And apparently, in Europe, they're ahead of us because they don't have the restraints on their medical stuff. It's medicine is not intended to be a capitalist adventure,
Right.
And so he actually got him a penis installed and was really happy with it. And I was like, and of course, I was like, I want to see it, not for which is actually none of my business to see it, and that's the thing where you're like, get out of my drawers. But I'm like, if I'm supposed to be coming in your drawers and I want to see what's going on. Right. But it was also just this idea of what does the technology look like across the pond? Because they're doing stuff over there that we're not doing here.
Right.
And it's unfortunate because I think there's some really cool technology happening over there. Yeah. And we benefit from it here. But, it's just like someone was telling me they found a cure for diabetes in China. And of course, it's been banned from the US. It will never see our shores. That's too much money.
Yeah, it's this greedy. This country is too greedy. That they will deliberately leave people in bad health to make money.
Yeah, and so I mean, and really, when you think about it, diabetes is big business. It's you kind of have to hate them for it, but they got a point. But yeah, so it was fascinating. And I did find like the paper that was released, talking about the cure, and so I haven't really read it yet. But I'm hoping to get into it soon. Sorry. The computer is giving me a hard time. Okay. Yeah, so Yes, I don't know. I got the guy's point in asking the question, but a lot of people felt like he was trolling them.
Yeah.
And they were like, who cares? And why does it matter? And if you consider yourself a gay man, then that's what you are. You're having sex with a man who may happen to have a vagina.
Yeah.
Just like we have women that have penises.
Yeah.
Now, some might call them a feminine penis. I've heard that before. And I was like, well, is it bashful? Like, what is that? They were like, they just kind of looked at me like, just shut up. I was like, I'm just asking.
Right. I mean,
You coined the new
and you know
phrase.
what? Too, another thing too is that I don't because it seems to be like the easiest thing to offend someone of the trans experience if you ask the wrong questions or say the wrong thing. So I'm like, so what? And especially when it comes to the sexual part, maybe you can
Mhm.
offend them a little bit more easier than just asking them or saying things. And I'm like, I am not an expert on, you know, what to say and what not to say to a trans person. Now, would I respect your pronouns? Yes.
Yeah.
You know, if you, I will call you whatever you want to be called. If you want to be called a man, a woman, Wilbur the pig, hey, we'll go with it.
Yeah.
You know,
Now, when you get too complex with pronouns, I just use your name.
yeah, yeah.
The Z,
That's always the safe default. Just use their
yeah.
name. Yeah.
Because there are just some folks, I'm just like, I know you're telling me to call you she, but you are giving me fierce he, and you're not there yet. So it's just confused. My brain is really trying to keep up. And it's like, I understand it's a transition, it's a process, it's a journey. But yeah, I don't know. It's just always, I've had conversations with folks, and there was even a comic book that this guy did. He was a gay man. He actually started dating a trans man. And he was like, he's like, he's like, one of the great things about dating a trans man is like, you can pick your dick. They're all lined up on the wall. You decide which one you want, and I just said, well, that would be a nice luxury. I was like, and if they got a good harness and the stroke is popping, oh yeah, could be lovely. So, I don't know, but I just thought it was a very weird question. And of course he kind of got accused of trolling. But let's move to, do we want to do one more, or shall we just move on to a couple of videos?
Let's do one video.
One video? Okay. All right, let's see here. Scroll. I don't know. Oh, no. I'm not dealing with that bullshit. Okay, here we go. This one features a little bit of skin.
Okay. Okay.
Now I feel like they waxed that man.
Why you said
His chest was just too bald. It just looked unnaturally bald to me. I don't know. But I kept the video anyway because I love how the masseuse filled up his belly button with some oils and then spread it out. There's another video of him actually working on him. I don't know where that one went. I thought that's what this one was, but yeah. So, but we'll do one more.
I mean, we love a good belly rub.
I mean, he did give a good little rub, and the little man was like, "Yeah, it's here. What you want? You want some more?"
Right.
I was like, "Okay." Now, I think that was one of the guys who he's not the one that was dating the cop. I don't think. You
No.
remember those two? The guy, the cop, he was on The Amazing Race, and this twink reached out to him. He's like a Boston PD officer, and they were together for a while.
I don't. I mean,
Chris
if
and Brett.
Chris
Yeah.
and who?
Brett, the cop was named Brett.
I thought they were still together.
No, they broke up a couple of years ago.
Oh, okay.
Because I remember I saw a video of the two of them traveling to Fort Lauderdale where they met another intergenerational couple and, you know, had a nice weekend. But I was like, okay, but I was kind of sad to hear they broke up. But, you know, I guess some things aren't meant to last forever.
Right.
All right.
Damn, he's a sexy Green Lantern. I'm sorry.
It's like, who got you distracted? Lord.
I want to know what his power ring looked like.
His power ring.
Yes, his power ring. Yes.
Okay. We can always speculate.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll do one more just to lighten up the mood a touch. This is another what you got on.
Okay.
Willard,
What, bitch?
you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Wait.
Wait, what the fuck you talking about?
What
Wait.
the fuck you got going on? I'm not going with you with them shoes on.
Man, what the fuck you mean my shoes?
I ain't going with you. I'm not going.
Daddy, these shoes is comfortable for me.
I'm not going with you with them Elroy ass Uncle Elroy shoes.
I'm not gonna be standing in the line and all that shit with no motherfucking tennis shoes on.
And then you got on motherfucking Nike socks. How the fuck you got on Nike socks with some motherfucking Uncle Elroy shoes?
Man, you always with the bullshit. These shoes comfortable for my feet, man. I'm 50-something years old,
Man, those shoes for people with button-down fucking silk shirts and the shorts that match. What the fuck you, man, if you, I'm not going.
I may need a little lotion or something, but other than that, I'm good.
Well, I'm not going if you wearing them fucking shoes and socks like that. I'm not doing it. You got me fucked up.
The socks don't match with my outfit.
It don't match with the shoes.
Don't worry about it. Nobody
It match-
I'm having shoes for comfortability, man. For me comfortable in.
I'm alright. I ain't
You
going.
so.
I ain't going. You
You
go
trying
by
to put some
yourself.
tennis shoes on, stand up on the line. Man, my motherfucking feet be hurting like a motherfucker.
Man, you better put some motherfucking tennis shoes on. Ain't nobody going with you with them on. I'm not going. I promise you that. I promise you I'm not going. You go by your motherfucking self.
That's crazy, Betty.
I don't give a fuck. Crazy.
Shoes?
I ain't going.
Well, stay in.
I will.
Now, the shoes and the socks were a lot, but did you catch the t-shirt?
I didn't.
The t-shirt featured a woman bent over and him reaching under her house dress.
Oh.
Yeah, we won't do the whole video, but take a look at it.
Willard,
What, bitch?
you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Wait.
Wait, what the fuck you talking about?
What the
Wait.
fuck you got going on? I'm not going with you with them shoes on.
Man, what the fuck you mean my shoes?
I ain't going with you. I'm not going. I'm not going.
Daddy, these shoes is comfortable for me.
I'm not going with
I need to understand is because there are 3 people referenced on that shirt, but we only see 2. So is he pulling the third one up out of her?
It's Willie Earl. I think his middle name is Earl.
Is he Willie Earl? Okay.
Yeah, he Willie Earl, and that's Betty.
Okay.
Yeah.
But these, you know, as someone who wore sandals with ankle socks in Vegas, I can't, you know, say too much about little Earl, Willie Earl, because sometimes you just got to protect your toes. I was like, the air conditioning was working quite well in that resort, and I just couldn't take. If the feet get cold, the rest of me ain't gonna be right. But luckily, nobody was like, "Why you got them socks on with them sandals?" It's like I'm comfortable. Leave me alone. But I don't know. Willie Earl, you know, yeah, Willie Earl, and the hat. Willie Earl looked crazy.
Yeah.
He looked real crazy. I can't, you know, I support his vision for himself, but Willie Earl. Okay, so we're gonna move into our next segment, and I actually uploaded most of the graphics tonight. Can you believe it?
Ooh.
Boom!
Sexually speaking, yes.
Our next segment is Sexually Speaking, where we take a look at a book and discuss some topic from said book and apply it to our community. All right, tonight, the discussion topic is a boundary is information, not punishment.
Mm-hmm.
So this says in this book, and what book was it again? I did not write which one it is. Dang it. Okay. All right. I had to look that up. But a boundary is not a threat, punishment, rejection, or attempt to control another person.
Nope.
It communicates what someone needs in order to remain safe, comfortable, and willing to participate in a relationship or sexual encounter. So, I think the key thing would be that we have a right to erect our own boundaries.
Yes.
And also a right to expect them to be, to be honored. And if they're not, you might have to get a little rumble in the jungle going.
Oh, yeah.
Because I've had to rumble in the jungle before. I probably will have to again at some point because that's just the way shit rolls. But the first question, what is the difference between saying you cannot do that and saying I will not participate if that happens?
Okay.
Is there a difference?
I don't see much of a difference.
I mean, one is they're both declarative statements, but one is actually restricting the other person because they're saying you cannot do that.
Okay.
The other statement is saying if this happens, I'm not participating.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically like saying what I can control, I'm going to control. I'm not participating in this.
Right.
Yeah. Oh Lord. Okay. We see you, Sammy. We gonna get your quotes up.
Because I'm about to say we got a lot of comments from Sam.
Yeah, you got a backlog. We gonna get you. But yeah, I mean, to me, I think obviously one statement is a little more affirmative than the other.
Mm-hmm.
It may not be seen as like as much of a rejection, because a person might be like, well, I can. And it's like, well, you will be doing that by yourself.
Right. You can. Yeah. Oh, okay. I still saying yeah, you can go do that. I will not be participating. Just like for example, and yes, I'm going to use our white counterparts for this. You can go check out the weird noise in the dark room.
Mm-hmm.
My black ass would not be participating in that. My black ass would be going towards the door, towards safety. So yeah.
Or I will be staying on this bar stool, and I will see you when you finish up.
Mm-hmm.
It's I don't know, and it's interesting because the question then becomes, why do people sometimes experience another person's boundary as a personal rejection?
I
mean, because I guess you're hoping that the person is open and down for whatever you're trying to do. That's a big assumption to make.
Right, because sometimes crossing a person's boundary might be a fatal thing that you don't want to do.
Yeah.
If somebody has established their boundaries, like when they say, "Do not do this, do not do that," or "I would prefer if you," I would prefer if you wouldn't do this, or "It bothers me when you try to push past my boundary." It's like they hear you say the boundary, but then in their mind they're like, "Oh, they just playing. They really want me to do it." Like, no, I really don't want you to do it. No.
Yeah, it's like you're trying to change my mind, and it's like,
right.
And it's like go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's like, you're right. They're trying to change your mind or trying to manipulate the situation, or and even sometimes gaslight you into doing something. And you're like, go ahead.
Well, I often feel like you're at that stage of engagement where you're possibly discussing what's going to go down and what's not going to go down. Understand that I value you. I see something in you sexually that I'm totally on board with. But so me saying to you, I'm not going to do that, or you need to go wash your ass or whatever, I don't feel like that's a rejection. I mean, it can be interpreted that way, if someone is, um, you know, yeah, I mean, Sammy's even saying, does your no really mean no, or does it mean not now? And I
Right.
think, again, for the folks that are very persistent, if not manipulative on some level, they don't look at a no meaning no. There's no period on that sentence.
Right.
There's always the next moment, or you might feel a little differently in a couple of minutes. And it's, I don't know, and then you really do get to the point of like hardcore rejection, because you're just like, damn it, I say it. It's like at that point, I don't know. That's been my experience. It's like, because for a while I had the body image issues, and I was just like, oh, don't grab that, and ooh, no, and it's like, now I'm not so concerned. I'm just like, look, this is my body. It just is what it is.
Right.
You know, and I do understand it to be a sexual creation and a sexual animal. So it's like, okay. But at the same time, there's still this idea of respect. And I mean, if you are a person that looks at someone and you just automatically assume that they are there for your consumption,
Right.
that's probably not a good attitude to take.
Nope.
It's probably going to be a very bad approach to take.
It is.
Yeah, it's just, it's not a good look. Now I wonder, one thing that came up, some people have been taught, and this is probably society, certainly gender roles and the like. Have we been taught to interpret continued access to someone's body as proof of love? And it's interesting. It's kind of twisted, frankly, because it's like, if someone, well, actually, this is me making the assumption that you've said no, and then they've actually worn you down and said yes. And I would hope that you would know that person don't love you because you just violated them.
Right.
But I don't know. It's some folk out there that be like, oh yeah, I got what I wanted, and you love this. I'm just like, no, I really don't.
No.
Yeah, be like, you're really making yourself very undesirable in this moment. I'm just saying.
Right. You really are, and you just don't know it. But
Yeah.
and then when they talk about well, why can't it come back over? Because you violated my boundaries. You don't respect me.
Yeah.
All you were worried about is getting what you wanted.
And you don't know if I'm going to enjoy that shit.
Right.
I'm like, frankly, you get too excited, it'd be over soon. You calm your ass down. But like, it needs to stretch out a bit. Yeah, I mean, oh my. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, I got to go back up to Sammy's because wow. Okay, so and I guess the last question there is, why do we agree to something, through coercion or just being worn down, and then feel guilty about changing our mind?
So why do we feel guilty about changing our mind after being coerced into saying yes?
Yeah, there are. It's not to say everyone feels that way, but there's a significant number of people that can be coerced into something that they've said no to repeatedly, and then they actually might give in to it, and then they feel really guilty afterward.
It's because our yes wasn't natural. Our yes did not come from us. It came from us, but after you coerced or complained or wore us down to the point which like yes, and the only reason why we're saying yes is so you can shut the fuck up and get it over with. It's being manipulated into saying yes rather than saying yes.
Yeah, and I think it's also, I mean, it really is this idea because I often feel like, whenever I do encounter someone who feels guilty about being coerced,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I could understand where you're coming from with that, but why don't embrace some anger instead?
Mm-hmm.
Embrace just a very strident barrier where you're just like, no. And you learn to say it a certain way and there are no problems. I think it's also just this, no one wants to disappoint someone else,
No, we don't
you
want
know,
to, but
but sometimes you have to parent this adult sitting across from you. We're like, no really does mean no.
right, it really does mean no.
Yeah, it's like
But
we're
like,
we're
are you seriously telling me no? Are you? Yes, I am telling you no. Dot period. No. Do you need me to say
Mhm.
in other languages so you can understand if English does not work for you?
Yeah, I mean, because you may have to speak in knuckles at that point. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, and it's yeah, I mean, to me, it definitely feels for me. I definitely feel very violated if something
Mm-hmm.
like that happens. Like, I'm not necessarily consenting to it, but you might be just trying to force it, and I'm like,
Yeah,
no,
you
that
can. You're right, and this is the issue I had with somebody. Like, why are you trying to force this? Like, why are you trying to force um a sexual encounter when I've said no?
hmm
And then
yeah,
you try to bargain and reason, but because I did first of all, I didn't ask you to do any of that, but not saying that I don't appreciate it, but I didn't ask you to do it.
yeah,
And second of all, your only interest in me is sex. Although
hmm
you keep saying no, it's not. Yes, it is. I I know the signs. Like I am 42 years old. I am not a spring chicken. I am not a
hmm
a young duckling that's naive and don't know shit. I know what it looks like. I've been there. I've worn
yeah,
the t-shirt. Okay. So I know
mhm,
what it looks like when someone says, "Oh, I'm interested in you on other levels," but their
mhm.
main circle around you is only sex or is mostly just sex.
Yeah,
Like y'all are so worried about getting to the destination that y'all miss the fucking journey.
yeah, and also just, I mean, I definitely feel like if it is more than sex for you,
Mhm.
I can understand being a little horny. You're probably
Mhm.
not alone in that,
Yeah.
but you have to figure out how to manage that
Yeah.
if you're really going to be in relationship with the other person.
Mhm.
And I've encountered folks that have definitely been what I call transgressive. They've crossed lines that they really should not have had any inkling that they were allowed to cross said line. I've had to restrain myself from hitting a few folks.
Mm. I haven't.
Um,
I mean, when I say haven't, it means that I actually, hit them because
oh yeah.
they act like I had to get like break. Not I had to do a I didn't snap their wrist, but I had to hold their wrist really like in a twisting way for them to get the point. And then one person
Mm,
asked me, "So you really telling me no?" I'm like, let me put it to you like this: If I get up, punch you in the jaw, and break your knee, does that sound inviting to you? Does that sound like a yes to you?
yeah, because you ain't gonna be able to suck no dick, and your stroke is gonna be garbage at that point with
Mm-hmm.
a broken knee.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's just think about, is that really gonna be enjoyable at that point? No, no. And I mean, really, I mean, I know the first couple of times that's happened to me where someone has been very has kind of really crossed the line.
Mm-hmm.
I remember being so upset I was borderline crying.
Mm.
Not like crying, but like the tears were coming down and the
I get
rage.
it.
And I
Mm-hmm.
was just like, and it was interesting because I was like, why the fuck am I crying? And I was like, because
Mm-hmm.
this is just really fucked up. I mean, yeah, it's just, you know, we're all more than plumbing. Even when
Right.
we out hoeing, we're still
Mm-hmm.
all more than plumbing. You don't get to just use people unless that is their deal and that's their scene and they're going to negotiate that with you.
Right.
You know,
Now,
you-
if you come across somebody that just wants to be, treated like a slut, or and wants to be your personal cum dump, then you go to that person. Okay, you go, and that, like I tell people, I don't know why you sitting over here mad about one person rejecting you, but I'm pretty sure you probably got about 5 or 10 others out there that will say yes and will give you whatever the fuck you wanted in the bedroom.
yeah. I mean, and frankly, I mean, unless I'm in love with you, I don't want to
Right,
pull that out of you.
right,
I'm like, if that's not how if you just a gentle lover, then okay, fine, be the gentle lover.
right.
Now, in the midst of it, I may coax you into some wilder shit, but
Mm-hmm.
that's part of the arrangement.
Right.
I will let you be gentle, but do understand at some point, I might look at you like, look,
I need you to
I
beat the
need
Mario coins out this damn thing tonight, okay?
basically, yeah, knock every coin out this bitch.
I need you to knock the Sonic rings out this motherfucker.
Yeah, I want to kill you for at least 2-3 days.
Right.
And remember that shit. And yeah, and it's I mean it's very much when I look back on just the sexual history, mine of course, I'm just like I've had the most fun with folks that I was like it was a little on the wild side.
Mm-hmm.
And I would make you laugh because I would say some crazy shit in the middle of
Mm-hmm.
of sex and if I and make me want to get up and get you a sandwich,
Right.
as we said last week.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Don't command one, inspire
Look,
me.
I've told this story quite a few times. I don't think I've ever told on this show, but I've said this on Swag show, and I think even Greg's show. I remember one time I was with my ex of 8 years,
Mhm.
and I had worked a double shift. Well, not double shift, but I had worked overtime that day, and I was exhausted. I was tired by the time I got home. I was ready to take a shower, eat my meal, and pass out. Okay.
Okay.
But my ex decided he wants to play and be flirtatious and pick on me, like turn and try to turn me off. I'm like, no. I if I had the energy, yes, but no, not tonight. Basically saying not tonight,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but eventually, I don't know. I think I got mad to the point where I'm like, fuck it. Okay, you want it, you gonna get it. Cause I was not. I said I'm not gonna be able to go sleep until I get it. Till I do it anyway. So I'm like, damn it, fucking shit. All right. So I fucked him
Mhm.
aggressively because I was 1, tired, 2,
Yeah.
upset, 3. When I got in it, it was like, okay,
Okay.
I got in it. Okay. To the point where once I came, I passed out on top of him while
Oh,
still inside of him. So,
okay. You just had to deal with
oh, he's, and when I was done, he just went, "Are you?" He's like, "But I'm snoring. I am gone. Once that nut was out, I was gone. I was
Yeah.
bye bye to the world. Yes, and but
Yeah,
my
I'm
but
hit you across it enough times because
mhm,
it's it. It's it.
right. But the funny thing is, I woke up and I was like, "Oh, am I still? Oh,
Oh, damn! You woke up to it.
and I was still,
That's some irrepressible shit.
and I was still. I was like, oh, I'm still
Okay.
aroused, and I'm still.
Oh, well, I'll just move a little something.
Yeah, I started to move. I woke him back up and got my
Mhm.
second one, and then afterwards I rolled over with sleep, and so I got surprised the next morning with some breakfast, and he's like,
Oh, yeah.
"Well, go get you something. I got a little money." I was like, "Oh, thank you, appreciate it."
Damn.
He's like, and he went the word sluggish. I was like, "Are you okay?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm good. I mean,
Oh, he was more than good.
I'm tired, but I'm good." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Go out, but just just way up like I make Kool-Aid for my family. You know, whose joke was that? Was that Cedric the Entertainer?
Probably.
La 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 la. I make Kool-Aid for my family. You know, yeah, it's like, I mean, I definitely remember where you would see like, you know, a lady on the block and she'd have her rollers in her hair and her little house dress or her little robe, and you could just tell she was freshly fucked. You could just tell she had a glow. I said, he gave you some of that Louisiana dick, didn't he?
I remember when I watched Friends and Ross had just had sex the night before, and he was going down the street singing, dancing, going right. He swung around the pole, and the woman goes, "You got some last night, did you?" He goes, "Twice. I got some twice."
Okay. You know, it's like, and that's why I'm like, I've got to get in better shape because, you know, I might need to go twice or 3 times. And I'm just like, Lord, my hip is toe up and my knee, and I'm about to cramp. I can't handle all that going on. But you know, but it's like, yeah. I mean, I did interrupt the streak of celibacy. So I was like, yay. You know, so I'm actually now actively exploring sexual subcommunities and trying to find my tribe. So that's been interesting. Especially like when you start getting into that and you start seeing how the definitions of certain things vary from person to person. Like there was this guy, I forget what his name was, but he had his own website and he had some pieces that he wrote on, you know, like master slave, daddy son, sir boy, you know, and he was very clear about the fact that his definitions did not match a whole lot of other people's. And I just found it interesting because I was like, you've clearly given this some thought and you recognize that you fall outside of the lines of the community, yet you like, I don't care.
Right,
you know?
right.
So, but it, you know, but he's also, it's out there in black and white. So if you go and engage with him, you know what it is. And it was interesting. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily engage, but it was fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, everybody has. I think a lot of people would go with the traditional route of I don't want to say securing, but getting a daddy boy situation going on, or a sub and a dom situation going on. But then you also have those that are just like that don't do tradition, like me and my daddy, for instance. Our dynamic, it was not traditional, because remember I said I chose him. He didn't, you know. We technically we chose each other, but I was just more. I was the one that was verbal about it at first. I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be spending some time with my daddy." He's like, "Who? My daddy? Is that me? Yes, it's you." Oh, okay. And so I claimed him, and then I got collared sometime later on. Like he did put me on the trial basis, but I claimed that I claimed him.
Yeah, and see, I feel like I could easily be like, oh, this is my daddy. And he was very dad-like, very father-like, you know, just very, you know, he listened and he was like, well, yeah, I think, you know, that would be okay. And have you thought about blah, blah, blah. It was very edifying, you know, and it was just like, well, yeah, that's, you know, he was like, yeah, that your idea about that, it is very counter to the scene. So you might need to figure out how to define that, you know. And it was like, okay, but it really just, to me, as if I didn't already know it, but you know, sometimes you just got to be reminded, all this stuff is a journey. It's not if I do this and this happens. It's not an if then. It's like, I'm going to do this because I feel inspired to do it. And if I get this outcome, yay.
Exactly.
And if this person's not the one, maybe they know the one who is.
Right.
And so I'm very early in the search. And And it was interesting because this one guy reading his definitions of like a boy versus a son versus a sub versus a slave, he had very clear distinctions between them. And
Mm-hmm.
one of his things was very odd because I think he said like the son knows who he wants to be,
Mm-hmm.
whereas the boy does not know.
Mm-hmm.
And so part of the thing with the dad or the sir is kind of guiding him through the process of figuring out who are you and what do you want. And it may not be me, but I may be your tour guide.
Yep.
You know, and so it was just a very, very interesting distinction. I was like, and I sat there, I was like, well, do I know who I am? I was like, I have in my head, I have ideas,
Mm-hmm.
but in practice, I might be like, no, that ain't for me.
Right.
So I'm curious. I mean, I'm early in the journey, and I'm just kind of exploring communities and seeing what's going on. But I'm sure the communication will improve because it just has to.
Yeah.
You know, for you to actually negotiate the kind of relationship that you want.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but
And there is nothing wrong with asking the question, what do you want of our dynamic from me? And even years down the line, you can still ask that same question because things may change.
mhm.
That needs and wants, or just simple communication, or just communication, anything could change that. It's just like having a friendship or a relationship or a romantic relationship. Things
Mhm.
down the line do change. So if
They
you need
change.
something else from me or something different, that is
Mm.
fine. That is okay. And that's one thing that we as people need to understand, that as our relationships go on, whatever they are, things may change.
Yeah.
And give the person, I mean, tell them what you need. And if they need time to adjust, give them that time. But if they're still willing to go to be there and do the work, acknowledge that.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah, because I know it's like the thing that's interesting. I haven't come across anything in the lit yet. I'm sure I will.
Hmm.
Uh, but just about the idea of master slave and that dynamic no longer working, yet you have this idea of ownership and servitude for life,
Hmm.
theoretically. How does that work? You know,
Hmm.
and and it's been interesting just reading some of these folks' profiles. It's just like, yeah, I just want to sit here and watch the game, and you'll be seated at my feet, and you go get me a drink when get me a fresh beer when I want it, and
Yeah.
I might need a blowjob during the commercial. I might bend you over the couch at a certain point. I'm just sitting there like, and it was just
Right.
very matter of fact. And I said, well, thank you. You're making it very clear.
Right. I mean, at least they not beating around the bush. They let you know, hey, up front, hey, this is what I'm gonna need from you while I'm playing the game. But I mean, while I'm watching this football game,
Yep.
hey, type, what's going on?
Hello, is he here?
Yeah.
We still got
And
Sammy stuff too.
because
Oof.
I remember when I tested my own levels of being a dom, and I have to tell
Mhm.
you that when I get in that headspace, I'm in that headspace, and I enjoyed it. So I had one person like crawl to me, just on their
Mm.
hands and knees, and crawl to me, and I said,
Uh-oh.
okay. And if I want you to just stand there and just be naked, so I can just look at you, you're not doing anything. You're just standing there.
Yeah, you're just gonna
And
stand
they
there.
just stood there. And I even like when I had uh a pup, I would sometimes just like put my legs up on his back when he was like he's a footstool. So
Yeah, it's furniture. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, pretty much. And he enjoyed them. I was like, I said, and I kept asking, "Are you okay? Is this?" He's like, "No, no, no. As long as you're good, I'm good." And like, okay, but I am gonna make sure you're okay. If
Yeah.
you need a break, are you tired? You know, you know.
Yeah. I saw an E-stem session,
Hmm.
and that man had so many contraptions hooked up to that man, and it was fascinating. And I was sitting there thinking to myself, like, he's doing every single thing they tell you not to do on the container, like on the box.
Hmm.
Don't connect this to this and that. And I'm like, he's doing everything. He had the pads,
Oh
like
no.
just flanking both sides of the hole. They had him on the balls. They had a sleeve on the dick. He was blindfolded and shackled, and he was, and it was just like it was very elaborate. You can tell it was not a quick thing to get him all fitted and organized. And he got up, and he did walk around to the other side of the bed. And he was like, is the pain level okay? And he was like, oh yeah. It's just like, he's like, let me know when it's time to go up. And he's like, all right. Because he knew he eventually was going to adjust to it. He's like, you need a little more. And it was just, and it was, I don't know, it's just looking at that through a different set of eyes. I don't think I necessarily want to be that person, but just this idea of, okay, there are very clear boundaries and very clear expectations. It's like, if you're going to be a dom, then you have a responsibility to check in with your sub, and it was just, and it was not, I think the thing that struck me is that it was so natural, so matter of fact, because sometimes we, folks get a little, I don't know, squeamish isn't the word. They get a little hesitant or reticent, shall we say, about any sort of sexual discussion. And it was just very fascinating to just sit there and listen to these two talk. And, so it's like, okay. It's like, and I guess that's all part of the education. Right now I'm still reading Ties That Bind by Guy Baldwin. And I suspect that whole thing of disillusion of a master-slave relationship may be in that book at some point. And if it is, it'll be fascinating to read it from a therapist's perspective as well.
Yeah.
Because I mean, he literally has counseled folks that are in a lot of, non-traditional kinky relationships. And I imagine those sessions are probably why I wanted to become a sex therapist in the first place.
Yeah.
But I don't know, but we'll leave that be. We'll leave that be. But we gotta do Sammy left us quite a bit here.
Yes, he did.
So Sammy basically said, y'all would love me if he was on the show. If we thought that the Cream reviews, he used to review albums for Cream.
Oh yeah. I remember those.
If he thought those are funny, just imagine. Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah, we can imagine.
Yeah. Especially when he'd be like, you got 2 minutes. He's like, well, Sammy, he did it in 2.5, so we good. I was like, you could have gave that man 3 minutes.
Right.
But okay. You definitely have a perspective. And I think it would be a very fascinating one because, again, you're bringing experience to the table.
Yeah.
This was about the whole cure for diabetes. He's like, they got us fatty fats on insulin and weight loss drugs.
Yeah.
Why try to heal the world and make it better, make it a better place? Go on, Michael Jackson. Get your drug, get your drug, get your drugs. Points were made. Yeah. Turkish massage.
Yes.
I've been watching a lot of these Turkish massages, jealous and envious at the same time of both. Yeah. I came across a Turkish massage channel somewhere, and I was just like, oh, like they were just washing a man's back, and it was just a pelt. And I just said, my goodness. I was just like, whew. I said, okay, I'm jealous. I'm very jealous. You want to read this one?
Okay. Is it power for the finger or power cock ring? That's one of my uncle wearing that outfit. Swear he fly out looking like Antonio Fargas from I'm Gonna Get You Sucker within the pimp suit. Boy, that Antonio Fargas.
Oh, poor Antonio.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that scene with the fish in the shoes, and he was walking, and them things broke. I was like, bruh.
You think he would have known, though? Like, Well, he was in for a long time, and he got out, and he
Yeah,
just assumed nothing
he
changed.
was. No, yeah, right.
Yeah, I was
But
like, how you didn't know? But
right.
okay, you have to just suspend disbelief,
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah. See, I said it. I said it too. The orange socks matching the hat.
Mm-hmm.
He was very deliberate with that.
Oh yeah.
Very deliberate. He was very clear what he was trying to do there. And if you don't stop looking like you volunteered to clean the highway with that outfit,
I saw that comment. I was like, damn.
take that inmate orange
Right,
off.
right.
Well, points were made,
Yeah.
especially with the brown sandals. He was looking real crazy.
Yes, he was. We
Yeah,
had
I
to
was.
kind of figure. I was like, do we need to call somebody for him? I mean, what's going on?
Well, she laid it down like I ain't going away with you. Not like
Right.
this.
Not with this on. Like,
Yvonne is saying you're not doing something now. Oh, okay. Yeah, we did do that one earlier. Oh no, yeah, one is saying you're not doing something now. The other I'm not doing it ever.
right.
Oh, with the whole idea of consent,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and boundaries, definitely. And our yes wasn't aggressive enough. Maybe. Yeah, I've given some weak yeses, and they were like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, if we gonna do this shit, we
Yes,
gonna
wasn't
do it." I
aggressive
was
enough.
like,
Sorry.
"Okay, okay, hold
It's
on,
like, yeah. Okay.
let me get myself together. Hold on."
Mm-hmm.
They were like, "I don't want no timid yes." It's like
Right.
either you in it or you ain't.
I
Um,
mean,
like, oh Lord, silence also means no.
yes, it
It
does.
it
Yep.
does.
A silence. Answer. No was. I mean, no comment is an answer. No answer is an answer, as my
Mhm.
friend says. So yes,
Unless
that's
you've
true.
negotiated a safe word, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then that's your no.
Mm-hmm.
Because you might want to do, some consensual non-consent
Mm-hmm.
role play, and
Right.
I was surprised at how many people are really into that.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew it was out there, but it was interesting to see just the number of people that have shared those fantasies. And they're very elaborate fantasies, I might add. It's not like a simple like just come take it. No, they're very
Mm-mm.
clear
Nope.
about what
They
they
are
want.
very clear about what they want you to do,
They're
and
like, I
how
want
they
you to
want
climb,
it, and how they want you to do it.
yeah, I want you to climb through this window.
Mm-hmm. Like you're trying to break in and get it.
Yes. I'm gonna wear the holy draws, so you don't have to work that hard
Mm-hmm.
to get them ripped open, but don't take them off.
Right.
I'm
Right.
just
Just.
okay.
You know.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, yeah, I mean, I've definitely I've not had I don't think I've not had like, a rape or a sexual assault fantasy, but certainly just this idea of just being, you know, taken and just
Yeah.
overwhelmed.
Or just
I think
like
we all have that.
throwing up against the wall, real aggressive,
Yeah.
and
Be like,
kissed,
"Ooh,"
and yeah, it go from there.
yeah, where they just hit you with it so quick you can't even, you just spinning.
Mm-mm. You just
So,
turned on. It's like instant, arousal and leaking. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah, because who was one friend of mine was like child, he was on me so quick and had been and put about 6 kisses on me before I could even understand what was happening. I said, well, was it okay? He's like, oh yeah, it was good.
It was good. Yeah, I was
Oh
fine with
gosh.
it. I was fine with it. After a while, I like got my bearings together. Yeah.
Yeah, you know. And then that one incident where I was left with, I would say, a good 6 hickeys on my damn neck. I was like, what?
Mm.
I was like, what is this bullshit? I was like, it is summer and I'm having to wear a damn turtleneck messing with kids.
Or what's that old ancient trick? Concealer on the
Yeah. And I don't have no makeup,
right.
I don't have any. But okay. And then again, just a little so they get the message. Okay, well, yeah.
Mhm.
Well, yeah. I mean, I actually, yeah. I don't know if I share all of it, but Pouquie gonna let you be gentle at first, then tie you upside down and tickle you
Ooh.
with a feather. Oh my.
I mean
See, there go
that is a
inviting folks.
that is a fantasy too. Like some people like being tickled with feathers.
Yeah. I didn't see some CBT scenes where I'm like, oh my.
You know what? I forgot which show. I think it was. I actually think it was Girlfriends. And was it Girlfriends or was it Martin? I think it was Girlfriends. But the guy had an obsession with women's feet and shoes.
Oh yeah, that was. Oh no, that was Martin.
Was that Martin?
Yeah, he took Pam shopping.
Yeah, it was Martin. He every time they had a discussion, he would go back to her feet or shoes. He'd be like, I remember what time he's like, so are you gonna put your feet in those? She's like, yeah, but those shoes particularly, yeah, but they not good. They not complimenting your feet, or there's something like he said something. And this is when she realized, oh, he got a foot fetish, like a extreme foot fetish.
I love when he went over to the wall and pulled the red pump off of it.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Here you go. And she was like, I'm like, oh, man, get that pump for that man. I was like, you got some good legs. Go and wear that pump.
Right. I mean, and Tashina Arnold is a beauty. Pam, look, Pam both of them, but Pam was
Pam is dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
And has held it together quite well.
Yes,
I believe she's in her 50s now.
Mm-hmm.
So she don't look like it. Yeah, you did pull a mister.
Well, hey, under the circumstances, shit.
Yeah, I mean, it was what he understood the risk he was taking.
Right, he did, but he just wanted it so bad. He's like, I'll take the risk. I will, like they say now, I will die on the field with my brothers and go and be resurrected in Valhalla. I will join my brothers in Valhalla. So
let's make sure Kashyyyk is not up in that motherfucker.
They put in 2 deposits to Gabe Cook.
Yeah. He's like, I won't cash back. I might cash this in tomorrow. But thank you for the shopping money, babe. Yeah, and see, they know. They just recognize, and that's why one of my little exes, I had to let him go because he couldn't even appreciate, the sacrifices being made.
Oh no.
Yeah, I was like, damn it, I'm tired. Get off me.
Right.
It's like, okay, you my man, so fine,
Right.
But damn it, get off me, I'm tired. And you couldn't even. I was not seeing the appreciation, but I did. But yeah, Mr. Sammy's birthday was last week. Was it last Saturday, Sunday? I felt like it was 2 days away from the show.
It was Tuesday. It was last Tuesday, I believe.
Okay, yeah, it was after. Okay, but yes, happy belated. Oh my, maybe. I do appreciate a good jackhammer. Oh, okay. You were 3 days ago. Okay. Yeah, Sammy's birthday was 3 days ago. All right.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So now we're a little behind schedule, so we'll just jump right into the next topic. Our kink of the week is, as I said earlier, brometophilia. And it basically refers to the erotic attraction or arousal associated with natural body odors. It may involve enjoying a partner's natural scent, smelling areas such as the armpits, chest, groin, feet, or underwear, or being aroused by clothing that retains someone's scent. Not everyone who enjoys a partner's scent has a fetish. The distinction also often concerns the scent's intensity, erotic significance, and importance within the person's arousal. So, I know you'll be honest about it. Have you ever smelled somebody's shirt, pillow, drawers, or side of bed?
Yes. I mean, I
yeah.
I threw their drawers about. I mean, I had a good old Jack session with someone's drawers on my face. So I mean, hey, because they scent was in it,
Yeah. I will admit that I may have had a pair of drawers, as a mask
Mm-hmm.
on occasion, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's interesting because I had one ex that his scent did not agree with me.
Mm.
It was really odd. I was like, what is this about? Like, and it wasn't like well, yeah, he kind of, I don't know if it was a product thing or if it was just him, but I was like, damn, ooh, I don't like the way you smell.
Mm.
And it was just like, it took the fun out of it. You know, when you're just like in the middle of it and you got the pheromones popping. And I was just like, I am not appreciating
Mm-hmm.
your aroma. It's not moving me in good ways.
Hey.
Um, yeah, it was unfortunate. I don't know. Yeah, I felt terribly about that, but hell, what can I do about it? It either worked or it didn't. I had a really fun picture for this and now I can't find it.
Mm-mm-mm.
Damn it. There it is. Okay. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna upload those. Um and yeah, so this one is okay. Boom. There we go. The strap.
Oh, yes.
That could easily be me.
Woo, me too. Mm.
Yeah, I'm all
Mm-hmm.
over that. Yeah. It's like whether, and even if it's is musty, it's just like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because
A certain level. A certain level.
yeah,
Yeah.
for me, my nose turns that off
Mm-hmm.
relatively quickly. You know, if I'm in that kind of proximity, my nose just shuts that down. And all
Uh-huh.
I get is the underlying essence.
The king of Brom. Yes, send me that picture.
Send it to you? Okay, I'll
Yeah,
send them to you.
bromodophilia. Okay.
Yeah. And I said, all right. So it's a fetish for sniffing unwashed or worn underwear. In this
Mm-hmm.
context, this describes sexual arousal derived from natural body odors. It's also broadly recognized under underwear fetishism. So
Mm-hmm.
I definitely have had an underwear fetish for as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
Um, you know, so yeah, my answer to that question would be yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I would like to sample some more, you know,
Okay.
because it's just yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you remember when was it Mr. Dominus or Master? I can't remember. He's Master Dominus or Mr. Dominus.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was doing some interviews at I think it was Mid Atlantic Leather last year,
Mm.
and he was interviewing guys like, "Can I smell your armpits?" You know, and it was
Yeah.
because of all these, and he was just like, "I'm really into pits now. Like this is new."
Yeah. I
And
mean,
I said, mhm.
oh no, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it's like until I actually had done it, I was like, "Oh, I kind of like this."
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I had sniffed a couple of my honest brothers when we had blackout, and I was like, okay, some of you actually smell good without deodorant, without out their shower. Hmm.
Yeah. Hmm.
And yeah, but then some of y'all, yeah, some of y'all really do need
Yeah, but not
deodorant.
for me.
Like, yeah, you need it, you need it bad. Like,
And,
but but the ones that did good, I mean, it aroused me. Yeah, I was like, oh, I'm in the
mhm.
pits now. Okay, a little, and I was even making a joke because I had made a post on Facebook about, I just want to smell some pits this weekend, and yeah, somebody remembered. It's like, oh, here you go. Like, oh, okay. And I remember one time I was out at bar night, and randomly
Mhm.
somebody came up, lifted my arm up, and smelled mine, and I was like, okay, did you get what you needed? Was it good? Okay, okay. you know.
Yeah, yeah. It's like for mine, it's I don't know. I would be very self conscious about mine just because of a medical condition I have. So
Oh, okay. Yeah.
but under the right circumstance, you can get in there. Because I was told it's like you really think that's gonna keep somebody out of there. I was like, well, maybe. Like, it ain't.
Because you
He's like,
got some out here that will are snipping your picks like they are pig pen from uh from the Peanuts game. So
yeah.
to them, you were probably a delicacy of sniffs and aromas. So
Could be, could
mhm.
be, and it's like, yeah, and it's interesting because, like, I don't know. I mean, it was interesting because I just literally just had my face buried in this man's armpit for a while,
Mhm.
and I was just like, oh, this is nice.
Right.
I was like, now I get it. I
Mhm.
didn't get it before because I've encountered, folks who I'm just like, mm, mm, mm. And they could be fresh out of the shower. It's just something about their scent. Just it
Yeah.
was kind of bitter to me, and one was kind of sour, and another one was just like I didn't realize where the scent was coming from,
Mhm.
or that it was in other places. But yeah, I'm always gonna pick up the drawers, be like, what's going on? Now, of course, if somebody leaks,
Mm.
that can be a little issue because you're gonna get a little urine smell,
Right.
but that's just part of the package.
Right. You
Now,
got to
and
understand that you are still dealing with the human being. So
yes, and I mean, obviously, if you are a person who's into water sports, then it's like it's on.
right.
They might actually, get them a little drenched for you before they take them off.
Right.
I mean, it is fascinating, just because the thing that I was told is like, you don't want to, if you're gonna be, like if you're going to First Friday, so to speak, you don't want to wear deodorant past Tuesday.
Mm.
And and if obviously if it's hot and and folks are just very sweaty, you have some mineral salts and things like that you can apply. And I was just thinking to myself, like, not the crystal. I used the crystal for like 4 or 5 weeks, and that damn thing never did adapt. It's like it's one thing for it to be perspiration, but it's another to be funky. And it didn't stop either. I would smell like an onion and I was drenched.
Mhm.
So I said, okay, maybe this ain't the right thing for me. But what I'm using right now is actually really nice. Like I'll take my shirt off and I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
It's just like when I turned myself, I'm like, damn. And I know it's the combination of because it's like a natural deodorant. So it's like, it's like the lemongrass and
So is it like a natural deodorant or is it
yeah, I think the brand is called Humble.
okay?
Yeah, so it's no aluminum, a lot of the other chemicals aren't there.
Mhm.
And it's mostly natural enzymes and things like that.
Okay.
I think mine is like a lemongrass and sage.
Ooh, I'm
And
about
then
to
I
try.
have another one
I think I may try
that's
Humble and see if it
yeah.
works on me. Because I remember one point I went to the shop Sprouts and I
Hmm.
did get a crystal that was a natural deodorant and it worked for a minute. It worked for a little while, but then it went you know how they say right guard went left? It went
Yes.
left on me and it was like, oh no, I gotta go back to, the regular deodorant. So
Yeah, because he actually said he doesn't do the crystal every day, like
mhm.
and I said, okay, so clearly there's a methodology to it. But I definitely because I think the other one is like sandalwood and tobacco, maybe that one definitely does something
Wow.
different.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's like I know it's sandalwood and maybe tobacco or coriander or something like that.
Yeah, I like sandalwood.
Yeah, and they have like 4 or 5 different scents, including like a lilac eucalyptus kind of combination. I was
Mhm.
like, that just felt a little too perfumey to me.
Mhm.
But I love lemongrass. I love sandalwood.
Okay.
So those were like, those were a no-brainer. Let's see here. Sammy said went to college with a guy. His nickname was Sex. He smelled so fuckable, like sex. He was a caramel skinned guy with green eyes,
Ah.
thickest voluptuous lips, had a build on him. Now the question is, was the sex for you or was it for some hussy down the hall?
Right.
You probably answer the question later.
Mhm. I don't know
VCFNBV.
what that means, type.
I
I mean, I think type might have been pocket
yeah,
dialing or
venture
something.
capitalist friend, no benefits.
Uh,
Oh no. I'm sure he'll tell us about that one.
Mhm.
Or that, an elbow made its way to the keyboard and, that's what happened.
Yeah.
And Sammy said from time to time, sex would walk around in his boxers. It was like watching the bouncing balls sing your favorite song. It's not gonna place with him because I'd be so digmatized. Would she like chew sweet? Oh, so
Mhm.
he knew what he was doing with you. Mm-hmm.
Mhm. He
Yeah,
was doing it on purpose in front of you.
he knew you had skills.
Mhm.
That's what that was.
He's like, oh, he interested. I'm gonna see how much I can tease this one. Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Be like you were just an experiment. You were gonna do
Yeah.
some things for him.
In the dorms late at night. Also, those with poor skin may have a little leakage in the underwear, but that's normal too. Yeah, but
Yeah, it
just don't
is.
just don't do cheese. We don't do cheese.
Yeah,
Wash
cheese
your
and
dicks.
yeah, I'm like I don't want no manchego. I don't
Mm,
want
mm-mm.
certainly no smegma. It's
No,
just no.
no. Onion
Onion
scented
scented nuts.
nuts. Nope.
Child, that's what I'm
Mm-mm.
saying. Now sometimes if you working out,
Yeah, I remember one time I posted on Facebook that my nuts smell like a locker room because I was sweaty between the nuts after a workout, and one person was like, "Can I sniff?" I was like, "Oh, well, I mean, if you were here, maybe, yeah."
yeah, it's just I mean I just remember in school at various points, you walk in a locker room and you just hit by that cocktail. And you like, I know it's about 60 different people's scents all wrapped together, but you like, where's that one? It's like that one you just like, there's an undercurrent. That's one
Mhm.
person. Who is that? I actually did find his jockstrap one time. I was like, oh, this is your locker. Okay.
And then some people actually will wear their underwear dry socks all day and then seal them in a Ziploc bag and send them to somebody for a price. I mean, you can make
Oh
money
yeah, that's
off of that.
cottage industry.
Mhm.
Oh, that's serious. Yeah, it's some
Mhm.
folks, and they be like, I want you to pack it like this. They are
Mm.
very particular about that.
Mhm.
Is I've actually been asked once to share some draws,
Mhm.
and I said, well, you can't have these because these are my favorite draws.
Right. And I also noticed that sometimes when we do our raffles at bar night or events, some people will put their used jock straps in the raffle. I'm like, oh, okay, we got some of those in the
Okay,
house. All right.
hey, there's somebody that want it.
Mhm.
Now the question is, do they get to sample before they purchase?
Um, some I don't know about that because it is part of a raffle. Also, some people don't want to sample.
Even let it
I
out,
mean, I
yeah,
mean, unless they sample the person, but they don't want
yeah.
to let the sick go. Out the bad. They want all of it. So.
Because I know for me, like my scent will evaporate out of some draws very quickly.
Mhm.
And it's like, and you can tell that it's different.
Mhm.
Oh, okay, it was in your pocket. Okay, no
Yeah,
problem,
I'm about
Frank.
to
We
say,
were
yeah,
just
he's probably
wondering.
pocket dialing or pocket
Yeah,
knifing.
we
Yeah,
we got you.
yeah.
But like, yeah, it's interesting. I mean, actually, within a couple of minutes, it'll be yeah. It's not like there's nothing left, but there's a layer of scent that is gone. And
Mhm.
I was like, now did my nose cancel it out because it's just used to me, or does it really go away that quickly? Because if it does, then I'm definitely keeping the drawers in Ziploc,
Okay.
if not vacuum packed. I do have I got two vacuum packers in the house.
Mhm.
Don't have me start slanging drawers.
Okay.
I might need to do it in this economy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll do something. Look, well, y'all might got to do something a little extra.
Okay, because I only got, I mean, I filled up the car today and I was looking like, really? Damn. And I only got 8 gallons and I was over $40.
Mm.
So I was salty. Thankfully, my tank is only 12 gallons. So
Oh,
I had time. I could have, but I just said, let's go and do this before we get home.
yeah.
Sammy said so scallions are okay, but onion, no.
No, neither is okay.
Yeah, scallion. I'm like, if you that rank,
Mhm.
I guess it would depend though. It
Yeah.
depends on how much the bacteria is feasting on you because you do you go over time, it gets, it changes to where all you do smell are onions.
But you do have guys out there on Twitter not talking about some who got some funky smelly booty, like who got that scent on them, and they ain't washed in like a day and a half. I'm like, oh y'all, okay,
Yeah.
hey, look, I'm not kink shaming. A little
Yeah.
man scent can be nice, but some of
Yeah.
them really be acting like they want somebody that's been out in the sun all day in the dirt.
They do.
And when they come home, they ain't took a shower. They just want to sit on their face. I'm like, oh, okay, go for it.
Now I feel like we might need to revisit this topic because there are a ton of questions remaining.
Yeah.
But I have a question for the audience, and you can put this in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Which scent is most likely to get your attention? Fresh out of the shower, light natural musk, post-workout, worn underwear, cologne mixed with body scent.
Am I putting this in the VIP room or?
We could do that.
Yeah,
that makes sense. But if folks are in the chat and they want to do that, we can definitely add that.
Yeah, because you said put it in the group. I'm like, which one? Because is it the VIP or is it?
I was just saying in the chat here in the live.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean I think we can post the question, in the VIP group, because I know we've been trying to get, like, there are polls that get posted there, but not too many folks respond. And so it's like, especially when we're like, should we do this or this? Because I think Swag has done his share of polls, and I think Malcolm's done a few as well. Yeah, okay. I should try the jock shot method with my dom. Probably post-workout. Yeah, I've actually, and it's weird because I actually asked the guy once, and he actually went to the drawer and gave me a pair of clean ones. I was like, what's supposed to do with this? I was like, you're not in these no more.
Right.
And then I was like, oh, he's too white collar. He just basically didn't generate much of a scent. You just have to take that from the tap. You just have to go on and just put the face in there and be like, yes, tickle my forehead, why don't you? But yeah, so okay, yeah, body smell mixed with cologne for Sammy. Yeah, I mean, and it's interesting because somebody used to be like, why you get them cologne samples? You barely wear anything. And I was like, well, yeah, I do barely wear cologne, but not everybody can wear everything.
Nope.
Some of our, I wonder if that's what was wrong with one of my exes. Although I never saw him put on cologne. And I never smelled, no, he didn't wear cologne. That wasn't it. It just didn't work for me.
I don't wear much cologne either. I'll wear it every once in a while. But I'm not I do like cologne in the way it smells, but I'm not an everyday wearer of cologne.
Yeah, it's, now I think what we'll do next week is when we finish up the discussion of this, we'll try to bring back the found story. So we'll talk about sniffing some things. And we'll see where that takes us, because that could be, that could be interesting. It could be in a locker room. It could just be a one-on-one thing. It could be a back room. You just never know where the story might take us. And Jill Scott did say everything ain't for everybody. That's true now.
Right. That is true.
It's true. All right. So, we got a couple more minutes before we hit the top of the hour. Shall we do a couple of vids here?
Yep.
Yeah. Let's see here. I'm not sure what this one is, but let's see.
Okay, be honest with me. Would you actually want someone like me sitting next to you?
Very much so, yeah.
Right, yeah. I mean,
would you like me rubbing your chest?
Right. I mean, was there another option? Because was this a choice or just a rhetorical question? I mean,
yeah, it was just like, okay, I don't know if this was the Mile High one or not. Okay. Oh, that okay. So that's what this new one is. Okay.
Ate noodles with no packet, cereal with the canned milk, the powder milk, no milk, waffles, no syrup, jelly, nothing, oatmeal, no sugar, oatmeal, no.
They said, "Why my?" I think the person did it. Say, "Why AI do my dad like this?" It was, opposite movement. Yeah, both of those were AI. The guy in the first one is real. They just animated him using AI. Yeah, but I've seen his pictures before. He's very much real. And I mean, how do you forget him? Goodness.
Right.
Ooh, Lord. Okay, let's see here. There was one. Where is it? Have you heard this? I don't know what these folks' deal is. I'm guessing they are a couple. It's hard to say. Let's see here.
No.
I'm giving you examples. I'm giving you examples of if he's asked you here at this time, you need to be here at that time or within 30 minutes. He said that.
Yeah, no, I heard what he said. I'm just trying to, when I am here, I'm trying to calculate the rest, what his bedtime is. So basically, it's when he says to be here at that time, and then when he feels tired. So when you feel tired, Giovanni, is that what we're going based off of? Just say that. Just please say it. Just say it. Just say when you get tired, we have to go to bed. Just say you have to get tired and you go to bed.
Mario.
Just say it. Just say it. Just say it. Just say it. When you get tired and have to go to bed. Just say it.
Stupid. This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. I just said, if you get here at 6 o'clock and he says, I want to record, he tells you this long before 6 o'clock happens. He says, I want to record from an hour to 2 hours. And then I have to go to bed.
So
He's told you.
So that's 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock.
Yes, Mario.
Thank you.
Yes, Mario. A kindergartner could have done that. What is the point?
That was
the point is you need to be here on time. Why are you counting on your hands? You need to be here on time.
That's not my
which
problem.
No, it is your problem because you weren't here on time today.
That's what I'm saying. The time part.
No, Mario. There's no. There is no time calculation. Flux capacitor at 8 miles an hour, Back to the Future bullshit. Be here at the time that man says, or within 30 minutes of that, or don't fucking come because you're late and he's not going to waste his time. That's it.
Yes, but you also
nothing. Show up
if
on
I'm here
time.
on time, showing up on time, then the bedtime is at 8 or 9. That's all I needed to know so I could show up.
Mario, I just said I want to record for 1 to 2 hours and then I have to go to bed. You don't have to calculate anything. The words just came out of my fucking mouth. Did you not hear that? I've said it several times now.
Not that way, but it's kind of hidden.
I said it the same way. I said it the same way.
Alright.
I can play it back for you from like 4 different cameras and several different angles. No, calm down. You are frustrating, and that's why your friends say you're frustrating. I have said this to you. There's nothing to calculate. Be here on time when he says, and he will tell you how much time he has to record content. Because at the end of that, he will say, I have to go to bed because I have to go to work tomorrow.
That's the order of operations.
Oh, fucking my.
Thank you. That's it. He gave me what I needed.
I would whip Mario's ass.
Me too, because Mario. Okay, so Mario being funny. That's just what that was. Mario knew what was going on. He was testing his I'm guessing that's his partners or whatever's patience. And I've okay, so I've done that to my ex of 8 years.
His math was fucked up because he's talking about 8 or 9. I was like, no, 1 to 2 hours from 6 to 7 or 8.
Yeah,
I wonder why you late.
Right.
You showing up at the far end of where he's like, okay, it's 2 hours.
Mario messy. No, Mario is just Mario knows what he's doing. He's playing around with his partner's patience. That's and we've all, if you've been in a relationship where it's like real committed and serious. You've done that before. I look, my ex tested my patience quite a few times, and I just be like, okay, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. And once you realize what they're doing, you either go and keep going with it, or you're gonna be like, you know what, I'm out of this. No, because you're not gonna sit here and raise my blood pressure because you want to be silly. You know.
And the first video I saw of them was actually they were both on the couch, but the big guy was in the corner and he was lying down, and Mario's just playing the drums on his belly.
Right.
And
Because I remember one video, I was looking for their page, and I can't remember what their page is, but I was looking in one video. In one video, it says, "Oh, that's his cousin," or I'm like, but cousins don't do this. Cousins don't. They're like, oh, I don't know. But I don't know. I think the guy recording them is actually the cousin, and I think Mario is his partner.
Yeah, because there's a woman as well.
Yeah, there's a woman as well.
Because the channel is Mario and the woman's name. So I was like, what is all,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
know. It's right now I'm not too sure of who's with who and who's doing what, but I just know that we will learn. But Mario is a little special. Yeah,
Mario's a handful. I would probably have to beat his ass. Okay, so we're gonna try to end this by 9. So we do have a brother I need you to know for the evening. This is our affirmation to close out the show. So here it is. My Black queer body deserves to take away consent at any time. I do not feel safe or comfortable.
Right.
Remember, it should get a hand. Even though you said yes before, you can say no now.
Right. And if they can't take no for an answer, a nice... Yeah, don't sit there and take it, because I'm telling
that's
you,
when you go for the nose.
Right? Because look at
with like the heel of your palm. Yeah, that's when you get them.
Right? Because I know some people probably now don't like Jennifer Lopez these days for whatever reason, but remember her movie Enough, where she had enough.
She did it well.
Is she?
Upper thrust.
Look, she took them classes. She got out. She did. Yeah, she had enough. She had enough.
Yeah. I would actually say when I had my little incident, I had like a Pai Mei moment before I knew Pai Mei existed, where I was in pretty tight and I was still able to bust that nose. Just like, I mean, because my arm was like kind of pinned, to the grass, and I just kind of was like.
And I remember one time one of my exes said, "You know what? I would fight you, or try to fight you, or be aggressive with you to get a reaction out of you, but I feel like I would lose." And I said, "You are a smart man. And I'm glad that you feel that you would lose, because believe you me, yeah, you would. You would probably be a bloody smear on the wall when we're done."
Yeah, because I don't play like that. Like it was interesting. My mother, she was like, I didn't have to worry about you in football because you don't like folks touching you. she's like, I could not see you at the bottom of a pile. I could not see you, just, and I was like, yeah, I don't, I'm good. Leave me alone. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, and there's, there are a couple of local folks that get very handsy with me, and I have to be like, hold on now.
Hold up.
Yeah, I'm just like, hold on, you're not the one. So back up off me now. But okay. Any closing words for the people?
Sammy. So even if the dick taps you on the ass at 3 a.m. in the morning, I should come inside. You have the right to say no, even if he tries to huff and puff and slap. Yes, you have the right to say no.
You have the right to say no.
No matter what the circumstances are, you have the right to say no.
Yeah. Now, if you've given authorization for them to take it, with a certain level of consideration, don't be tearing up the stuff. Don't be hurting nobody. then you know. But usually you know because the dick is in your bag. So you know you be like back that up.
Talking about some because like the video the other day that Kevin on stage was showing where there could be sexual cuddles and then there could be non-sexual cuddles. There is a difference.
Oh yeah, if they just got that arm around you, then that's a non-sexual. But if they got that arm around and they working a nipple and they dick is in
they
your
grind it, and they doing a little and they doing that little toot back several times.
Oh yeah, you throw it back at them a little bit. Then there is nonverbals can work.
Yes,
you just got to be careful now.
I've gotten in trouble with some nonverbals, but
as have I.
Good times.
Yeah,
good times.
Like I was like, well, hell, you threw it back. I just thought I could,
Like why we late to the movies? Because you were sending signals. That's why we late to the movies.
Yeah, but that was from the verse era. That has come to a close. Yeah. I don't have to worry about that no more.
Sammy, get off. Sammy, bye. Sammy.
Well, that's that reach back. And
right.
You pull it up and let it slide in and you drop that cheek back on it.
But that's you giving that's you giving a non-verbal consent. That is on you at that point. Like if you slide it back and actually aim it spread the cheeks, that's non-verbal consent. Now y'all gotta realize what verbal consent and non-verbal consent is, okay? Like if I'm rubbing my face against your crotch and you don't say anything and or you unzip your pants, that's non-verbal consent.
That's yeah, the dick gonna get hard either way.
Right.
But they may not want to be bothered. But if they don't move it or they present it, then
yeah.
I suspect that I will probably, I don't know. I feel like my husband will probably be blue collar. I don't know why. I just think that's the case. I don't know. He come on, we clean him up. We'll get him together. Be like, we'll get you. We'll work you out on the couch.
Yeah.
It's like it might be your turn one night.
Hey.
That's but yeah, but
all right, y'all, we gonna peace out of here.
Yeah, we didn't win. We actually gave y'all the full 5 minutes. We were late. 3 hours.
Not 3 hours later. Get off me, Sammy.
At that point, he dripping on you. Yeah,
right.
You need no lube, but that much sweat. Goodness. Well, no, you.
And did you get that aggressive hand in the back of the neck and you get aggressively put down into the bed, ass up, and talking about, so what you mean get off you? You done tease me? Yeah. Be careful now. Be careful. Because
you can't
I'm one of the ones. What you mean get off? What excuse you?
You can't maneuver into the position, and then when you get there, be like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. No.
The time for me to wait was before we got here.
Right. Your time to say no or to change the conditions, or as they say on DoorDash, your time to double dash has expired. So
and I'm a clown. So I was at an event and they had a step and repeat. And so I did my little, my upstanding photo. Then I was like, okay, we ready for the real shoot? And I have to say I was very disappointed in my arch. It was virtually non-existent.
Oh no.
We got work to do in the yoga.
Yoga. Stretching. I'm telling y'all, stretching is an important step, especially in sexual activities. Yes. Stretching and hydrating yourself is very, very important because you have to understand that when two bodies are doing things together, sweat happens. Things are being released, chemicals, bodily sweat, and you don't want to cramp up, and you don't want to, not be able to get yourself into position. So yes, make sure you stretch and hydrate yourself.
Yeah, and hydrate like the day before. Don't wait till the day of, because then you're gonna be peeing all over the place.
Right.
You need to be sipping water all day the day before. It's athletic at that point.
Yeah.
Act like you're going out to compete. Who can get that nut first? Who can get the best nut? Competition. Never heard
Right.
nobody. But all right, y'all. It was good to hang with y'all. We appreciate you. I'll have to remember to put the poll. I'll actually put the poll in the VIP group before I get up, because if I don't, it will not be in there.
Right.
I'm just gonna be honest. And we'll go from there.
All right.
All right. Well, we will see y'all next Friday.
All right.
Peace in the Middle East, we pray. All right. Take care, y'all.